I spit at you like a 9mm do. Feeling killer crew and syllables. Kinetic umbilical. Quality frozen critical. Lord is pitiful. Better tell them I'm lethal. Burners, we crewing. All those people flows either with brain. You can see them. We still with cerebellum. Heard a fake when I serve a plate. No one regurgitates every word. I stick through the bones and vertebrae. Increasing the murder rate.
Yo, what's up, what's up? It's the monarch of the subterranean, legendary lethal lyricist, the rhyme respected Percee P, representing undergroundhiphopblog.com.
We got the legendary Percee P representing undergroundhiphopblog.com. Percee.
Yo, what's up?
What inspired you at an early age to start making hip hop?
I'm from the birthplace of hip-hop, South Bronx, Pasadena Project. That's Terrace. He mentioned my project in his first record, South Bronx, Pasadena, the Millbrook Projects, Casanova all over, good and stuff. But that's where I grew up, right there, man. So I saw it all, every era of hip-hop I've seen. From the beginning to right now. So don't call me old school. I mean, I'm taught part of the present, still here, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, that's what inspired me. People like Cool Herb, shout out to Cool Herb, Grandfather, Grandmaster Flash, Grandmother did all, and all the cats out in the parks doing it. The 18th Park, right there, right in front of my building where I grew up. So that's what it is. I'm still here, y'all. So that's what's up. All the old school pioneers, Cold Crush, Grandmaster Flash, Pierce 5, Trenches 3, Daisy B. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Percee, let's talk about your entry in the hip hop game.
Well,
I'm gonna say your style, correct me if I'm wrong, is rugged, conscious, lyrical, okay? Was there an artist at that time into your entry in the hip hop game that influenced you to that side of hip hop?
I would say people like Grandmaster Flash, Spirit Fire, Melly Mal, Trenches 3, like Kumo did, Split K, you know, Tila Rock, those intellectual kind of feel it for. If you check out the video Problems of the World, like some conscious shit, but it was lyrical MCs, people like that inspired me. So that's what made me, y'all want to be on that, try to be on the next level. You know?
Yo, Percee, if you had to categorize yourself, and I know MCs hate to categorize themselves, I'm with you, but what category, or let's say what slice of hip hop do you feel you dominate in the game?
I would say more like underground, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still, people see me underground, but I'm still part of mainstream too. But the fact that I'm on like video games, you know, my songs are placed on video games, that categorizes me in the mainstream. Even though I'm taking the underground route, and I still stick to underground scene, like the clubs and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at. Anywhere that's gonna inspire me to stay doing what I'm doing. Mostly in the underground scene. So that's what I'm doing. Peace, brother.
Yo, Percee. You know, the name Percee P has definitely struck a core audience, and you have really maintained that cult, yo. You know, following for a while. If you don't mind sharing to the fans, why do you think your music has resonated with this audience that continues to follow you, yo?
I don't know. I just always give my heart, and all my performances, what's old to me is still new to this person over here. And I'm always trying to impress the artist to make a fan. So my mind state is always, I'm trying to make fans. I don't believe that everybody know who I am because I've been in the game for a long time. So anytime I perform, I don't care if it's 5,000 people or 30 people. I'm always going to give you my all. So I'm always trying to impress somebody. Like, yeah, I'm one of, if you don't know me, I'm going to show you why. Maybe you should know me. So that's my mentality when I'm performing. So a lot of times when people say like, damn, you're killing it, I don't take shit for granted. I don't take nothing lightly. Because it's like, people are
feel you, man.
You're a legendary artist, so I got to live up to what people saying.
Yeah, man.
So that's what I'm always put my all into.
Because you are recognized. You are recognized. Now, when connecting with your audience, in this era where there's just huge void of respected influences and of the dominance of the major record labels, especially with independent major record labels, how do you overcome that hurdle? How do you overcome that situation when you're faced with the major record labels and those major indie record labels?
Well, technically, I never try to follow trends more so. Even though I know I'm on a label, I still go to shows and just get in direct contact with the consumers, the fans, the audience. That way I could kind of go through the years and stay relevant with the scene. You know what I'm saying? So even if it's an open mic, I don't have to perform. I'm a hip hop fan first. So I'm gonna come to the place where I feel like you should be. If you're a hip hop fan, you should be there. Now if you don't know me, maybe your first introduction to me is me trying to push a CD. Y'all check out my CD. If you don't know me, then hopefully you buy it. If you do the research, you'll realize how long I've been around. But I think you might have more appreciation for me for that way. But as far as like the labels and stuff, I'm basically just sticking to my heart. And I felt like it didn't steer me wrong yet. I'm still around somehow. Like technically a lot of artists is gone, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still around somehow. You know what I'm saying? So that's really a blessing.
Yo, Percee. We're in a very weird environment where, you know, to be honest with you, we don't expect to see the units being moved how they once were, no matter what genre it is. Now, where's the business right now regarding some of the, you know, like regarding some of us trying to make it a living in this hip hop industry, artists, you know, stepping into 2012, you know, leading up to 2013, where is the income coming from?
Well, that comes to people. People pay to get in. People pay to get in and then go in the club with money and spend to buy drinks. To me, you got money. Now I gotta convince you somehow why you should support me. So I mean, it's a competition because the other artists are doing the same thing, trying to push product. So it's like, yo, let me try to sell myself just so I can leave with another supporter, exposing my music to somebody else and more people. So my mind state, but as far as like the internet, I always don't stress like when people talk about it's a digital age. There's people that still want hard copies. I know we're in a digital time when people are like, yo, but I don't really mess with that. I'm buying downloads. That's all cool. But I believe there's heads that actually want the hard copy. I'm the dude that will give you something. Look at a hard copy like this. When Tupac was alive, and he sold you a CD, he signed it. Now he's not here now. The CD is worth a lot of money. Look at every artist that way. Even if you don't know about them, if you support them and realize that boom, 2 years from now, the artist blow up, that same CD you bought from them is going to be worth a lot. Especially if it's something independent, meaning not worldly distributed. So you got something rare, independent. That's why I say support independent artists because you never know where they're going to be. Same thing as Jay Dilla. If he pass you a beat CD right now, you're sitting on the beat CD he gave you, it's worth a lot. And I ain't trying to say sell it, but you know what you have. You're holding something that's worth a lot. You know what I'm saying? So don't underestimate nobody. Everybody's just somebody. Don't underestimate nobody. Don't sneak. Take a peek before you say no. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, dude, Percee, this is nice, man. You know, I'm sure you're aware at one point college radio was really popular where you could build your audience without hip-hop, with your hip-hop, where traditionally you would never get played on the radio. Now, can you talk about where the value is in mix shows, you know, radio, internet shows, continuing college radio shows today, you know, based on non-commercial, you know, support?
That's always been me. I mean, I've gotten radio spins by people like DJ Red Alert back in New York, 98.7 Kiss FM. He played me, even though I was on underground stations like Hank Love, DNA, Hank Love, Awesome 2. 10 years later down the line, I meet Stretch and Bobito. Those are like names, and then like out here in the West Coast, people like Sway and Tech was playing me. That's underground scene. But to me, the underground scene is where you're going to see a lot of the artists that's legendary at their early stages, the beginning stages. So I'm around that scene. I want to be around the cats before they blow up, and down the line, I was there when they.
Are you still supporting the college scene?
I'm still supporting. Look, I'm glad you asked this question. I'm supporting the underground hip hop clubs. I'm at the beat battles. I'm at the MC battles. Actually, then nobody asked me to come. I just show up because I'm doing the field research. So therefore, if I'm doing that, I'm down to support those that support me and play my music. Now, if you're not supporting me, if you're on some mainstream level and you just don't play me, I'm not going to your show. I'm not wasting no copy sending you anything. I'm going to the people that show me love. I don't care if you in your house, broadcasting out the kitchen, you showing me love and you doing your thing, I'll come and holler.
That's dope. That's
dope.
dope.
In the club, family, yo, check it out. We over here, down. I'll do it.
Now, check this out, Percee. I'm gonna get a little bit, personal with you, and I hope you don't mind sharing it with the hip hop fans out there.
Depends with everybody.
Now, what was your number one most valuable lesson you've learned during your journey in the hip hop music business? To be real, the number one most valuable lesson.
There's so many. Well, the valuable lesson is in hip hop, know your history, support others. If you want to love yourself, give love, and you get it back. But the reason why I say learn your history, because for the fact, I don't care, it don't gotta be history of hip hop. If you're doing R&B or blues, whatever, learn the roots of your practice, because it will come back to haunt you if you don't know the roots.
Once again, we got the legendary Percee B right here in Pasadena, California. This is undergroundhiphopblog.com. Now, we're gonna end it off with the last question, and it might be the most important question, and we might get a lot of hits because of this question. Now, if you had to give advice to someone that's serious, not just serious, really, really, really serious about getting into this business, do you think it's harder than ever to get exposed, or easy as ever, or is there a medium? Is there both sides to that story?
Well, I'm gonna say it like this. Back when I was coming up, I'm from the era where I saw people bringing out sound systems out in the park in the Bronx. So they were bringing out equipment. So when I started rhyming, I was thinking about being on at the jams in the park. There's no records out. There's people like, you was lucky if you got a chance to make a record. But this is the days when you travel to house parties and wanting to get on mics and ciphers outside. I did that. Nowadays, we have YouTube and the internet, stuff that wasn't around for artists like myself back then to get famous overnight, get a lot of views from people who overseas that never even stepped foot in these countries. But you got views and followers from people overseas. So that's what the difference between. I'm outside selling CDs in the hand, going place to place like Fat Beats and all the shows. You got some people that just sell units, PayPal. Sending out SoundCloud emails, check out my stuff, you download it for free, whatever, that's cool, that's your route. But always respect those people that paved the way and put in the hard work. So look at myself as like a farmer, an organic farmer. That's what I do. I come outside, stand and plow on the fields, I'm putting in the labor in the sun and all that, standing there, and then you might get somebody who ain't taking that route. But still, in itself, everybody that do that is still opening up the doorways somehow for you. I mean, there's clubs that I go to that sell CDs that appreciate me even coming. So they allow me to come and push my thing. And if they appreciate how I get down, and I like Percee B, he's mad cool, we let him in here. He's a guest artist, we always don't mind him coming, so he's always welcome. Because of that might be the reason why you might be able to sell a CD in a club. Because some clubs will be like, nah, I can't do that, but because of a Percee P or somebody else that's respectable, that might be the reason. How I'm saying it can open up the doorway.
Now, how do you feel about artists that are paying for collabs, that are trying to get guest spots on their albums? But you know what? How do you feel about that?
Well, hey, for me to get on songs, you gotta pay. I say pay to play. It's not about the money, but it's about the money. I'm a father. I have 2 kids. So, now look, the reason why I would say you should pay for the fact that the people I work with, you definitely gonna pay. The man that produced my whole album, you paying him for tracks. So why shouldn't you pay me if he's doing my album? I'm on Jurassic 5's album when it's
Absolutely.
They paid me to be on their album and it's correct. So they pay me, why shouldn't you? But look, sometimes you gotta invest in yourself if you want others to support you. So to look at it as an investment. If you're trying to get a name and it's hard for you, but you run across somebody in a club that's already established, they got a name, a little $1,000, it might sound like a lot of money, $1,000 might get you back way more than what you paid for. So look at it from that perspective. perspective. You ain't gotta work with me, but you can work with other artists. But if you do the research, you can realize that this guy got history. By me even doing something with him, that's becoming a part of his legacy. And I'm a part of that. So same thing with Jay Dilla when he was alive, and people didn't know about him, but I worked on the last album. I was on the last album he made alive. Jay lived. He produced my track. So he ain't around now. Rest in peace to that brother. But I'm a part of his legacy forever. So look at that. So when you're paying for something, you know what I'm saying? They come back to you in a positive way, especially those artists out there doing their thing and touring. Your name is being on the record. So I know for a fact, if you work with me, there's people internationally that be like, yo, something new music, whatever. I'll shoot those songs, got them in emails. If you give me the permission, I'll send the track I did with you too to them. And you will get internationally known, but you just gotta follow up on it and be like, sending more music after that.
And that's right. And as you know, Percee, Underground Hip Hop Blog is an international blog. We're not just catering to the U.S. We're catering worldwide, brother. Now,
Well,
you know what?
Get at me. Can I give them the emails or something?
Go ahead, man.
Well, you holler at me directly. See, I'm here in the club. PERCEE307@gmail. That's my email. You can get at me. Twitter, The Real Percee P. And Facebook, Percee P. Simon. Like Simon says, Percee P. Simon. Those are ways you can holler at me.
And you know, Percee, I know that was the last question, but I got one more for the fans, man. If you could share for your fans what to expect in the future with your music, work projects, and etc.
I'm still in the game. I'm still a fan of the music. So I come to the shows just to keep myself inspired too. I need the inspiration. I appreciate the support and the love and the comments, but sometimes you have to be in the clubs to stay relevant. So the newer upcoming fans will know who you is sometimes. They might not buy your album. They might be like, yo, that was good. His name is Percee P. Y'all heard he was in the game for one bad. It's my first time hearing this dude. So that's what's up. But as far as me musically, I'm writing my next album. All produced by Diamond D, the legendary Diamond D from Digging in the Face. Now if you know who he is, if you don't know, Google him, do the research, just so you can know and have more appreciation for the type of people I worked with. Madlib, last album, produced the whole thing and remixed the album. So that's a blessing, you know what I'm saying? The man's is legendary producers. So that's what I'm working with here. So I'm on the grind. This is where I'm still gonna do my career. I'm still gonna stay connected to the streets so I can be directly in contact with the upcoming artists. And that's how you stay relevant on the scene. And some people might be like, oh, dude, I still see him selling CDs. That's alright though. So you can still get me online, but I'm just doing something a lot of other artists don't do. To keep it real, I'm on the field for real. So if you don't really see me, that means you ain't not there. Because I'm at the clubs. If I'm in your city, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be where hip hop is at. No disrespect, but I'm at places where hip hop is going down. So if you ain't there, that means you probably be like, I don't know what you doing, but I know what I'm at.
Now, not including any of the questions I've already asked you.
Percee P, the legend.
That's right. That's right. Now, you know, disregard all the questions I asked you. Is there anything else you want to add to our fans, to Underground Hip Hop Blog? You know, because who knows who's going to be watching this video, and we're only expanding, man.
I just say this. I appreciate all the love that I've been getting, the support. If you like me and you appreciate my music, why don't I ask you just tell more people about it. Tell them to Google me, share a video. You ain't got to pay to do that. Go on your phone, just share it. Tweet it. Somebody, yo, check this artist out. Do that. That's how you do it. Now check it out. Check it out. If you want to support, now this is easy. This is how it is. This is real easy. I'm going to break it down. You don't have to sell $1 million to be a millionaire. You heard what I said. You don't have to sell $1 million to be a millionaire. For instance, you're not selling millions, but let's just say hypothetically, if I got 5,000 friends on Facebook, that's the maximum friends you can have. But hypothetically, if you had 5,000 of all your friends within 2 weeks span was to buy your CD for $10. They don't have to forget today, but in 2 weeks, if all your 5,000 so-called, if they're really your friends on Facebook, was to support you, an independent artist, he'd be alright. You won't have to go get JOBs and run around trying to find money. He'll be having the income coming in to be working on his music. He don't have to get a regular 9 to 5. He can do that, but you supporting him. But that's how you're gonna get that next album that you want to hear so bad. when you give him have no reason to be running around prolonging shit. But when he's on the grind, it's taking time away from the great. So that's what I'm trying to say. It's just that easy. If you don't buy his music, at least share their videos, support it, get the following. People buying, I'm just like Jay-Z and all them. I got albums out. People go platinum. Some artists go platinum or gold, sell like 500,000 in 2 weeks. So I'm no different from them. If you want to, you can make it happen for them the same way you can make it happen for me or any other independent artist. And sometimes you might find out we've been around longer than the people that you making platinum. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
We on the field.
Dude, that's been the most honest things that ever came out of your mouth, man. You know, I've been following you for a while, man. And
I'm not putting nobody down. I'm just trying to say the power that you have as a consumer. Don't be scared to support what everybody don't know about. If you feel in your heart, buy that and support it. Don't be a follower. Hip hop is about trendsetters. Don't be a trend follower, be a trendsetter. Go against the grain. Don't wait for validation before you support Percee or anybody else. If you like them, feel them, play them. Don't be scared to play people's music out that nobody heard of. If you feeling it, throw that shit in your ride and ride out with it, because you're going to be turning people onto it. So what, people that, who the hell is this? Tell them to Google them to find out if you don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Once again, we got the legendary, I'm going to repeat that, we got the legendary Percee P, exclusive underground hip hop blog interview.
Word up.
Thanks a lot, Percee.
UndergroundHipHopBlog.com, my bad. One love, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for doing what you do for hip hop. An outlet for myself and brothers like me and sisters out here trying to hold down hip hop and keep it alive. And I'm always be there for y'all. As long as you do, supporting that real hip hop, I'm there for you, bro. Thank you.
Thank you. Peace out, Percee.
One love.